week one. It's Western Kentucky. And Chris, we're excited as well for head coach and the Kalen DeBoer show coming up on Wednesday. Roll Tide, buddy.
Roll Tide, my man. Yeah, just excited to be back in the regular schedule again. We got a couple of really good weeks of the show behind us already, but the main event does start with Coach checking in and joining us, and that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing the first show with him on Wednesday night at Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. Having Coach and the guest lineup still to be finalized. We'll have that all posted on our social media, but we know that the main attraction in Coach DeBoer is going to be there, and that should be an awful lot of fun. Excited about it.
Yeah, the fan base is really excited to get to see him at Baumhauer's with you for the first time, gearing up for a
Yeah.
football game. Just what have you liked about your interactions with Coach DeBoer? We just saw the first episode of his television show come out this weekend. How have you enjoyed getting to know the new head coach of the Tide?
Am I allowed to say everything? Because look, we all know, we all understands, and nobody better than him. Once we get to Saturday, it's about winning and losing completely. But up to this point, I'm not sure how the man could have done everything to this point any better than he has. He's been fantastic to deal with in terms of our interaction. Uh, Other media outlets have really appreciated the access and what they've gotten to know about him. I've said it multiple times, but I've never seen a better combination of self-confidence and humility than what we're getting from him. He understands where he is. He understands the expectations, but he also believes that he's prepared himself for this with everything that he's done professionally to this point. And look, even Nick Saban was like this 18 years ago now. He thought he knew, but he didn't really know until he got here and experienced it. And while there was always the belief that he could get the job done, until you get that accomplished, and none of us could have foreseen the historic level of success that Coach Saban had. But man, Coach DeBoer, I think, is a great fit, and it's been at a very, very exciting time to get to here. And now I think all of us, most especially him, are looking forward to getting to what's next, and that's the games themselves.
What have you enjoyed learning about his football team and the fall camp they've had the last few weeks?
I think the fact that it certainly helps when you hear Nick Saban say defense looks much improved from what he had seen earlier. He's a pretty good analyst. He's one of us now. He's just dang media, which I'm next time I get a chance to talk to him one-on-one, that's what I'm going to call him, is you're just dang media. But obviously the improvement in the main guys, Coach DeBoer, seeing the improvement that he has and really liking what he's seen there. But I think also the fact that the offense will look similar in that it's going to be a case of just putting things in place that look like Kalen DeBoer wants it to look. They're going to be a team that's going to give you multiple looks. They're going to throw it a ton, but we've also got the ability to run the football at a high level. So Nick Saban evolved in the last several years. And I think that what we see now is what he wanted to accomplish, and that is really stretch defenses, put pressure on them in a big way, and absolutely Bama's got a lot of playmakers that can do that, and also an offensive line that can give the quarterbacks, starting with Jalen Milroe, time to get things done.
Really excited to see that. We're excited to kick off this season as well on radio. Obviously, you've done that with Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer show for the last few weeks. But for you, taking over this role as full-time play-by-play voice of Alabama football, how meaningful is it to you? How special will Saturday be for you?
It will be extremely exciting, sentimental, just the slightest bit of sadness that my father is not around anymore to see that. Lost him about 4 years ago, and I know how much he would have enjoyed 3 years ago now with Dad, but how much he would have gotten a kick out of seeing his boy in the booth and getting to have the honor of being next. And you and I've talked about this many times. It is incredible as Eli's career has been. What makes all of this so meaningful to me is that I'm following Eli, who followed John Forney, who followed Paul Kennedy, who followed John Forney, if you know the timeline, who followed Maury Farrell, and several men before that that called games in different forms. And to be the next one in an amazing line of broadcasters is what means so much to me. I listened to John Forney as a little boy and then got to know John in my early in my career and late in his life. Paul Kennedy's a friend who calls and encourages me frequently, and I appreciate that so much. And of course, as you and I both have done, working shoulder to shoulder with Eli over the years and getting to be next is extremely meaningful. And I'm grateful and thankful that I'll have you by my side in the role that you'll have, obviously, Tyler as well. But you do such a great job of assisting with the ability that you have to see the game through a play-by-play announcer's eyes and add elements just by pointing at something on a spotting board that helps me tell the story to our listeners. And there's nobody better at spotting than Butch is. But really also, and I know you're going to get to this, but adding Damian Square to our team. Tyler and I've worked together forever on high school broadcast and working together last year with him on a split duty role on the games with him as a color analyst. But Damian Square's love of Alabama, his enthusiasm, I think he's going to be a great, great addition to our crew, and we'll have a really good time with him as well. And assuming Tom Stipe does what he does, and that's get us on the air as well as anybody, we're going to have a really good time.
We're going to have a really good time. And assuming Tom Stipe does what he does outside this year at Vector Security Champions Lane, everyone will get a chance to come and say hello 3 hours prior to kickoff. You got to love that coming back here in Tuscaloosa.
It is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're bringing back the element of the pregame show, Roger, where we do that out near the Walk of Champions, but in Champions Lane, which is the new area where there'll be concerts throughout the year. But really our broadcast kind of kicking things off, and we're excited about that opportunity, and you'll be great in hosting that and steering us through all of that. No pun intended, you steering us through Champions Lane. But it will be fun because we get a chance to meet with and be with Alabama fans. We will hydrate because it's going to be 1,000 degrees Saturday with a heat index of 1,005. But it's still going to be great to be there and back in Tuscaloosa, Bryant-Denny Stadium, for all that will take place and getting things kicked off against Western Kentucky.
Steering pun already. I mean, Chris Stewart is in midseason form. We are ready to go.
Even by accident. Even by accident. So
we love it. Well, Chris, best to you and everybody getting ready for what's coming up later this week, not just with Wednesday's edition of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, but the game broadcast as well. Look forward to catching up with you on this show each and every week to get your thoughts on Alabama football. But thank you for your time. Roll Tide, buddy.
You got it, partner. Thanks so much.